Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll practice another profitability related case. In this video, we'll practice the case directly from Wharton College's casebook. Instead of making my own PowerPoint presentation, I thought it would be better to practice the case directly from casebook as it has all the information that we need and it's easier to follow. So let's take a quick look at it. Okay, so this is our Wharton College's casebook. It is publicly available and I'll share its link in the description below. You can refer to it for several different cases. This is my source of reference as well. So we'll practice case number 6 of that casebook. It is a profitability type case. It is a candidate-led case. It's an easy level case and its industry is consumer packaged goods, which means CPG. We call it CPG in short. Its stretch area is brainstorming. Like we'll focus more on brainstorming rather than the math involved, which means like we'll be asked to provide our opinions, our recommendations, and how we can solve it, all these things. So here are some tips for interviewee-led cases, like candidate-led cases. These are tips for both interviewers as well as candidates. Number one is try to minimize hand-holding. The interviewer will not hold your finger through the entire case. You will be the one to ask questions. If you're not on the right track, the interviewer might give you some tips, might ask you some questions from the slides or from the case template that the interviewer has prepared. The interviewer might give you some hints as well, but the interviewer will not guide you through the entire case. You will be the one to lead it. And the interviewer might bounce your questions back to you sometimes. So, for example, if you asked a question from the interviewer will say, okay, that's a great question. What do you think about it? So instead of answering your question, the interviewer will bounce it back to judge your thinking skills. And so similarly, like for example, if you're as moving ahead and not moving according to what the interviewer had planned, the interviewer might say, okay, sure, before we dig into that, what are your thoughts on? And then the question which the interviewer has prepared and all these things. So also these are time limited cases. So it's recommended, it's better that you finish the case within the given time frame and the interviewer will prompt you before the time ends. So it's important that you are within the time frame. Okay, so let's take a quick look at our case prompt now. So we have been hired by a large CPG client. CPG means consumer product goods. One of their product lines is a pomegranate drink. They have observed that they're losing market share to the competition as well as profitability is lower as compared to the competition. Okay, so there are two things. They're losing market share and their profitability is lower. We have been asked to help them turn around the situation. That itself is the problem statement, only 3 lines. There is no other information provided to you. We know two things, that they're losing market share and then their profitability is lower. We have to turn around. All the additional information is only provided when you ask about it. So for example, uh, if you do not ask about it, then we won't give it to you. The first step is to be on the same page about the objective. Clarify the objective with the interviewer and ensure that you are on the same page. So our objective is to understand why the market share and profitability is lower compared to competition and how we can turn around the situation. We have two things, market share and profitability. Business, next you ask about the business model. Business model is the client is manufacturer of the drink and uses third-party retailers and distributors. Okay, so we know we are only talking about their one product, the pomegranate drink, and we are only concerned about that, nothing else. So the client is the manufacturer of that drink, and for distribution, the client uses third party. Next, you ask about geography, whether it gives you some insights. In this case, the client is a US-based client and has sales all over US region. So asking about geography does not give you much insights in this case, but it's usually recommended to ask about geography. Next, you ask about competition. Like we are talking about competition. So how much market share do they have? How much market share do you have? And what is their profitability? What is your profitability? And all these things you have to ask. Only then you can compare. Then you can make some decisions. Then only you can give some recommendations. Our market share is 20% versus 36% for our competitor. Our profit margin is -8%, which shows we are in loss compared to 10% of our competitor, which shows that competitor is in profit, good profit, but we are in loss. Profits have been in red for the last 2 years. Okay, so we have been lost for past 2 years. We need to think how we can fix it. There are other players in the market, but we do not have much data for them. Okay, so we are not concerned about other competitors. We're only concerned about one competitor. So now we have some brief overview of our case. We get, okay, it is only affecting us. It is not affecting our competitor. So it is most likely that it has to do something with our company only. Okay, so these are some background steps, setup steps, recap steps, which the interviewers recommend or encourage you to use. First, restate the prompt. We already restated that, okay, we are concerned about market share, we're concerned about profitability. Add colors, like for example, show that, okay, you have understood, show different dimensions, show your business acumen, like what might be, show your thinking approach. For example, candidates can react to the prompt, providing some quick thoughts which will demonstrate candidates' business acumen. Like, what is your first impression? Don't just sit idly and jump to the case. Show your first observations that you get. So in this case, since we have been only losing the money since past 2 years, there seems to be some change affecting only our firm. That is what we thought, that okay, it is related to our firm, uh, not the entire industry, because the competitor is in advantage. Potentially a supplier change or low sales. It might be because we have changed some supplier, we have changed either distributors, retailers, or our raw material suppliers have been changed, which has increased our cost. And maybe the sales have decreased, which has reduced our profit margin and all these things. It will be interesting to investigate. Show your willingness to investigate this case. Ask questions and uh, what all might help you. Like you have some quick points, right? Either revenue might have decreased, cost might have increased. How can revenue decrease from retailers, distributors, or all these things? How can cost increase? Ask for that information from the interviewer, and you will be good to go. It seems like we have. It seems like we are the market challenger, but if we do not turn around quickly, we risk being pushed out of the market. You show your willingness and commitment to the client. You say that, okay, we still have 20% market share. We still are a good enough competitor, but if we do not do something quickly, we will lose, and we will be pushed out of the market because we are in loss from past 2 years. And ask clarifying questions. We have already asked for clarifying questions. We have asked about geography. We have asked about business model, objective, and all these things. Ask for a moment to structure. Take your time, structure it, use the profitability framework, and we're good to go. So this is the profitability framework. We have already looked at market factors. We have only have one product, pomegranate juice, so we are not concerned about other different products or which product might be affecting our profitability. Only one product is there. There are no regulatory changes that we have talked about because our competitor is doing good enough. We asked the interviewer says no, nothing like that. So that's fine. We will look at revenue, we will look at costs, fixed costs, variable costs, and finally, we will give a recommendation how we can increase our revenue, how we can decrease costs. So take a look at the profitability framework video that I had done earlier. And you can also refer to this slide deck or this PDF, the link to which I'll post on the recommendation in the description. Okay, so now our final hypothesis will be as discussed before. The client wants to understand why the market share, why the profitability is lower as compared to competitor. My hypothesis would be that there have been some changes in the revenue or cost structure because we can't think about any other external factor. Either revenue or cost structure has been changed of making the pomegranate juices. I would want to understand how we compare to the competitor with respect to the fixed and variable costs of the production process. So we would want to know how we are compared to our competitor, what different thing is our competitor doing, and that will give you some idea. Do we have any data? You ask the interviewer, do we have any data that indicate our cost could be higher? And then since an easy level case, interviewer will provide you with that data. Okay, so interviewer provides you exhibit A. We'll take a look at it. And then after providing exhibit A, interviewer will say, we have information on the fixed and variable costs per product, like per unit, vis-a-vis our main competitor. What are your observations? Okay, so you take a look at exhibit A and you analyze it, then you provide your observations. So let us take a quick look at exhibit A. So this is our exhibit A. It gives you per unit cost analysis. All the figures are in USD. So you take a look at our client and take a look at its competitors. The blue one is the pomegranate raw material cost, pomegranate's cost. Ours is 11.5 as compared to 9 for our competitor. So we have much higher cost. This is one thing to notice. Orange is water cost, which is same for both. Gray is other ingredients cost, which is same for both. Yellow is manufacturing cost, which is less for us, which is our advantage for us. That's good for us. Blue is packaging cost, which is again higher for us. We have 1.2, our competitor has 0.5. Green is distribution cost, which is same for both. And dark blue is the sales and marketing cost, which is higher for us again. And then there is a note at the end. Price of 12 into 8 ounce juices packs is same for both brands. It's USD $15. Exclude fixed cost from the analysis. Fixed costs are like rents, and salaries and all these things. So we will exclude all these costs, and we notice that okay, pomegranate cost, raw material cost is higher for us, our packaging cost is higher, and our sales and marketing cost is higher. So this is our observation which we will uh, provide to the interviewer. Okay, so you will say thank you for sharing this exhibit. There are three key areas because of which your profits are lower. One is pomegranate cost, second is packaging cost, and third is sales cost. Rest are all either same as competitor or lower. And then you will say why these might be lower, because we have to brainstorm. We have to ask the interviewer what information does the interviewer have regarding these costs, what information has the client provided, and what do you think. That is also important, why these costs might be lower. So that is what we have been brought for. So the interviewer asks you, what are your hypotheses for each of the cost levers being higher? So you say, okay, now you have to explain what do you think, and then the interviewer will say what the information is there, what the client has provided. Number one is the pomegranate cost could be higher because pomegranate content could be higher, or the procurement price is higher. You say, okay, either we have better pomegranates, which have more pulp, which have more material, or we are just buying at a higher price, and our suppliers, pomegranate suppliers, are taking more money than the competitor. So these could be the two reasons. So the interviewer's response is, okay, our competitor is in an exclusive venture with the irrigation equipment company where they provide irrigation equipment to the farmer in exchange for right to purchase directly from them. We purchase from wholesalers, which leads to higher prices for us. We would only be able to reduce the cost to USD 11.3. Okay, so now we have a new information that okay, competitor directly purchases these pomegranates from the farmers, but we purchase them from wholesalers, and we can go as low as 11.3. We cannot go lower than that. So we can't do anything really there. We brainstormed, we thought of possible reasons, we got an answer, and that is what the interviewer is looking, whether you can think about all these things or not. Packaging cost could be higher. Now, next justification which you are giving, packaging cost could be higher either due to we have different type of packaging, we just have higher cost, or we are packaging it more than required. We are using 2, 3 boxes or all these things. Our amount of packaging is different. And then the response is computer uses Tetra Packs, whereas we use plastic bottles. Switching to Tetra Packs is an option for us too. We would only be able to match their cost of USD 0.5. Okay, so now we have new information that okay, we are using Tetra Packs. We are using plastic bottles. Competitor uses Tetra Packs. We can also move to Tetra Packs and have same cost as competitor. So we will save some cost there, 0.5 same. Advanced comment is okay. Third point is sales and marketing cost could be higher because we have different channels. We are spending more per channel. It's just how it is. And our next observation is advanced comment is that after all our analysis, after taking few seconds to ourselves, we say even if we reduce the pomegranate and packaging cost, we will still be making a loss of USD 0.3. You can sum up all these costs. 11.3 will be our best cost, 0.8, 0.2, 0.8. Packaging cost you can make 0.5, 1.4 will be there, and sales and marketing will be 0.3 only. So when you sum it all, we will still be making a loss of 0.3 USD per unit. So there is little incentive to increase our market share, but we should look to increase our price. So this is very important. When we are making a loss per unit level only, it does not matter how many units we sell, we will be making a loss only. If we are selling 100 units, we will be making a loss of 0.3 into 100, like $30. If we are selling 1,000 units, we'll be making a loss of $300. If we are making, and so on, like 30%, 0.3 USD will be the loss no matter what you do per unit. So that is how it is. And so it does not actually matter how much our market share is at this point of time. At this point of time, we should only focus on increasing our price because there is nothing else we can do. We cannot reduce our costs, so we will have to change price only. And even if we increase our volume, it won't affect our profitability because we're making loss at per unit. So if you take a look at this framework, our costs we have discussed, we ignored our fixed costs because we cannot change them. We even on reducing our variable costs to the best possible, we are still making loss per unit. So increasing our customers, increasing our purchases per customer won't affect our profitability. We will still be loss making, so we have to increase our price. That is only the last resort to us. So we took our time. We took some 30-40 seconds to discuss it. We said, okay, you say some generic statements for the interviewer to impress them and all these things. These are optional. You can say, okay, interesting question. I would like to think of market share as being driven by three things. Like, what controls market share? Production, distribution, and demand. Within production, we are facing issues. Our production is at a higher cost than our price. So distribution and demand. Within production, there could be supply limitations due to low capacity, unutilized capacity, spoilage, and all these things. Provide at least four ideas. We've already provided. It depends on case by case. In this case, we can't really provide much ideas because it's clear that we need to increase price and you have to justify the price increase as well. And you can contextualize your ideas and all these things. You can go through this slide deck. You can go through this Wharton's College's case book and you'll get good ideas. Okay, so the final question is the CEO is about to walk into the room. What are your recommendations? Final recommendation is a quick 1 minute pitch. What is it? So your recommendation is with the existing cost structure, Fruit Juice Co should focus on increasing price and justify the price increase to retain our market share. Our last resort is to increase price and we will justify it. Why do we increase price? We have explored all cost reduction options, and even after implementing all of them, we would be unprofitable at a per unit level. We've already done that analysis. And how we can justify our our price increase? We could we will place our brand as a premium brand. So with an increased price, we could turn profitable per unit and position our brand as a premium brand. We'll say, okay, we are a premium brand. That's why our price is higher. We can also look to improve the taste of the product. That is another of our ideas, another recommendation. Increase the taste, make it different, make it what people would like. Use signaling by packaging and advertisements. Like make different packaging. That is second of our recommendation. Another recommendation: increase price, uh, portrays as a premium brand, change packaging to Tetra packs, or advertise it as a differently as a premium brand, and all these things. Justify it. Now, risks. Customers may not be willing to buy a higher priced juice packet. That's okay. Uh, what we say. That's a downside of being a premium brand. Not everybody can afford it. Changes in packaging or marketing efforts may alienate our customers. That happens. If our favorite brand has changed its packaging, we sometimes lose interest in it. What will be the next steps? Perform a price elasticity exercise with the customers and conduct a product clinic to see likeliness of customers to buy newly packaged marketed product. It's important to conduct market research as to what will be the customer response when we change our packaging and all these things. So that was the case. I hope you learned something new. I from now on, mostly we will be practicing cases directly from the case books because they have all the information, they have all the setup background steps, all these things, all the formal information is there. So that was the case. It's important because not all cases are about math. Some are about brainstorming, some are about thinking, giving your opinions, justifying them, and all these things. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to my channel, join the WhatsApp channel, the link to which is in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.